Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Among the Embers, where we are into part 2 of Hobus 2.0, our finale episode for season 2. Now, we were unable to record the last session because our streamer, Ventot's machine, decided that it really hated the concept.
Yes, it did.
So, we have
Hopefully,
quite a lot
it's
to go over.
it had a fresh night's sleep, so hopefully it will work out well today.
Touch wood. So yes, we have quite a lot to go over, but as usual, we must begin by thanking Modifius for creating this wonderful gaming system, the charming people at Star Trek Online for allowing us to use some of their assets, and Fury of a Seraph on DeviantArt, who made a template which allowed us to make the dedication plaque for the USS Nightingale. Now, previously on Among the Embers. Anyone want to take a stab at that?
Sure. The USS Nightingale had finished its emergency repairs, though still sustaining at least 2 breaches, right? Or 3 breaches.
I think you might even be on 4. You took a
Oh.
real pounding last episode.
Right. And was immediately dispatched to the Klingon system of Beta Lankau to gain favor of the Klingons.
Indeed.
Captain Bjorn managed to... hang on. Captain Bjorn and Lieutenant Commander Farrell managed to sway the General to take the threat seriously.
Yes, the irascible General Korgan.
And we left off with the good General and the Captain going to interrogate the Crusade prisoner that was transferred to the Nightingale just before departure.
Indeed. Making things awkward is the fact that the Chief of Security, Lieutenant Commander Bassam, is having to hide out. Because she's a Gorn, and the Klingons don't much like the Gorn at the moment. So that's the thing. The good general. Here we go. Here's my notes. Didn't scroll down far enough. Yes, General Kogan, son of Ortrad, opened up by being extremely hostile to all of you, and probably have kicked you out on the spot if it were not for Captain Bong having quite the reputation among the Klingons. But he has agreed to take the threat seriously. He has redeployed some of the fleet. He has happily taken what information you have on the Crusade's deadly torpedoes. Now he wishes to visit your Crusade prisoner, who was provided to you by your friends in the Phoenix Convocation. And long-time viewers may remember, was actually captured by the Imperial Romulan warbird Firehawk several episodes ago. And it is on that note that we rejoin the crew.
Alright. Before the good Captain... Before Captain Bong and General Kagan transport over, Farrell looks at the Journal. Journal, I wish to stay aboard your ship and ensure that your warriors are ready for the battle should the Crusade show themselves.
He glances at you, grunts. Wait, I need mood music. gives you a curt nod and dismisses you with a wave. So,
Pharrell asks one of the Klingon officers to escort him to the bridge.
yep, and we will deal with that shortly. Captain, it's over to you. How do you want to handle this?
I'm gonna go back to the transporter bay with the general. When we get there, Nightingale, this is Captain Bond. If you could prepare to beam me aboard, I am bringing a guest with me. General Korgoth of the Klingon Empire will be coming to speak to our prisoner.
Acknowledged, sir. Kogan looks around as you rematerialize on the Nightingale's transporter pad. Just doesn't say anything, but it just has that sort of sniff, which is very expressive in the sense of, oh, yep, this is a Federation ship. I don't like it. Alrighty. You're just going to take him straight to the brig?
Yep.
Alrighty. A couple of security officers fall in behind you. It's an important guest. It's traditional. And soon enough you arrive in the brig, where, if you recall, now set up numerous security officers watching the cell, armed with phaser rifles, taking no chances. The Crusader himself, whose name, if you recall, is Eloxon, is pretty much exactly as you left him, just sat, apparently meditating. You get the feeling that his eyes would be closed if the Crusaders actually had eyes instead of just, glowing face plates. Kogan just sort of snorts. This is the great enemy that you spoke of?
Ten.
I get paranoid when everyone goes quiet because I'm suddenly worried that my internet's fallen over again.
Yeah.
I need to keep...
10.
Sorry, it wasn't picking up my key press. Yes, this is indeed the prisoner. We inherited him from the Romulans, but you look like everyone that we've met and faced so far.
He actually physically spits at the mention of Romulans. And moves towards the force field. One of the security officers moves to stop him. And you probably shouldn't get too close to the force field kind of way, but he ignores the attempted interception.
Yeah, I wave off the security officer.
Speak, alien. Always takes me a moment to get my Crusader voice back. What is it that you would wish to hear? I was beginning to think that you didn't have a tongue at all. What kind of warrior simply sits in a cell? One who is where they are meant to be.
Oh god, I have a impression here.
Is that so? Why all the security, Captain? Is this one being such a great threat?
He has the thing on his arm, right, for absorbing people?
That's an innate ability. So, yes, essentially.
They have a habit of absorbing people, General.
Absorbing people.
I would say tell him about our chief of security going toe-to-toe with Matriarch Vandrix, but I don't want to shine a spotlight on Decken. Nas, I mean.
The suits contain a extra-dimensional energy being, basically, and the way they feed is to extract the life force directly out of living creatures.
You would think to treat the warriors of the Klingon Empire like cattle? Do you not eat those beings that are lower than you?
Ooh.
It is our birthright. What was promised to us. Kogan is a rude, arrogant, superior asshole. But he's not stupid, and he does actually have a control of his temper because he doesn't rise to the bait. Just snorts. Well, I suppose we'll just have to see on the field of battle who really is lower. And I think you will find, alien, that it is not the Klingons. Now, what are your plans in this system? I have no idea. I don't know what system this is. Kogan just sort of pauses. I am unused to having to interrogate a prisoner who is behind a force field, Captain. But if, as you say, that is merely a container, let's it seems rather difficult to threaten the being within.
I would offer to take the force field down, however, that does not seem advisable given the way they eat.
Have you extracted any useful information from this thing?
I have not. I brought him with the intention of letting you interrogate him. I don't trust the Romulans as far as I can throw into Derodax.
That does at least amuse him. Your plans for your attack, alien. You seem unsurprised to see me here. You must know that there was an attack on the Klingon Empire. You will tell me what it will involve. As you wish. It is not like you can do anything to stop it. The Klingon Empire has been infiltrated. When the time is right, we will conduct a direct strike upon a location of military importance. We will destroy that facility and use the energy of that destruction to create a transdimensional portal which will welcome our queen and goddess through to this realm so that she may commence the harvest. I picked a really good track for this.
Yeah.
Infiltrated. By what means? What have you done, Crusader? I have done nothing. My task was a failure. And what was that? Unfinished business. But the Romulans proved to be resourceful. Perhaps you will prove to be as resourceful as them when you are tested. But thus far, I am unimpressed. Kogan's temper is definitely fraying at this point. There's not many things out there which will actively and repeatedly disrespect a Klingon warrior like this. Let's take a small break there. And go to Pharrell.
Alright.
You have arrived on the bridge of the Klingon flagship. It's big. There's a lot of space here. This is not just a command center after all, it's also a briefing area for planetary assault, among other things. So, yeah, it's about twice the size of most bridges you've seen. And there's a lot of Klingons here, most of whom look at you and almost immediately dismiss you. But, let's see, you provided them with your viral pulse information, right?
Yes, and I intend to make sure that their sensors are up to snuff, so to speak.
Yeah. Alright, well, the science officer calls you over. And,
Pharrell gives an acknowledging nod to him and approaches.
you're the one who provided all of this data.
I am.
Good. It's all Federation nonsense. I need your help to be able to translate it into our systems. Take me through it step by step.
Of course.
I am going to need from you a science. Where is the thing? Here we go.
I want to say possibly insight?
Science presence, actually.
Ah.
Because this is all about, ow.
It's all about Al?
Smacked my nails into something. It's all about being able to communicate information to someone as opposed to understanding a problem.
Right.
So yes, this is going to be science presence, +1 difficulty for an alien system, so difficulty 2.
Okay. Will my computer's focus be allowed here?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
However, I will allow testing a theory.
So engineering or science may roll one. Okay. I don't think I will take a momentum this time. Okay. Okay, I want to re-roll that 0. Oh wait, hang on. That only
You roll
applies
an extra
5.
dice for testing a theory, so you should
Oh.
roll 3. So just roll 1 more.
Aww.
Not quite. All right. Yeah. The sensor upgrades are simple enough. Klingon sensors are generally not up to Federation standards, which isn't really a huge surprise.
And Klingon technology in general is just different.
Yeah. But yeah, you can get the sensor upgrades going, so they at least know what they're looking for. But the viral pulse, you're not convinced it's going to work. Klingon deflex technology is just on different principles, and their computer systems just aren't quite up to snuff to be able to control that kind of precision system without a dedicated science vessel doing it.
What?
Given that it was, its effectiveness against the Eternal Sun was kind of mixed.
Yeah, it worked, but if the Nightingale had not been turned into a temple, it's likely that the Eternal Sun probably would have had a lot more issues.
Yeah. It was kind of messy. But you've at least got the sensor stuff down.
Yeah.
Looks like you're going to be needed for helping with the shield upgrades as well, but we'll have to come back to that.
Yeah. And the Klingons all have the data on the viral pulse anyway, as well as the knowledge that it had issues, so they can do with it as they wish, trying to improve it.
Pretty much. Now, Ventot, I forget, were you doing anything?
See,
Or indeed, is there anything that you would like to do?
well, I'm trying to think. Well, I know I was talking about making sure that force field in the brig was okay, but I'm assuming it is. So I'd probably be in engineering doing something.
Okay. I'm just checking in, because,
I imagine we're still trying to repair everything we can from the last battle.
yeah,
We can't repair our breaches, but we're trying to repair everything else.
there's routine stuff just to make sure that all the damaged systems are taking over.
Mm-hmm.
That'll
And
keep
maybe
you busy.
running more tests on making sure everything was going to work okay with the ablative armor when it's time to use it.
Yep. I mean, it's Defiant style armor as opposed to Voyager's fancy
Yeah.
armor, but it's still a good idea to check over.
Mm-hmm.
Naz, you're keeping a low profile.
Decken?
Can you not hear me?
Now I can hear you. That seems to be a thing today.
Ten had an issue with his push to talk a little bit earlier.
Hmm. Anyway, Deccan. Naz, come on to Basan.
Present.
What are you up to?
Nas has probably relocated at least internal security to one of the conference rooms, and has just basically taken over one of the wall panels and turned that into a security terminal, so she can still manage things. She's just out of the way.
Okay. Well, alright, is there anything in particular that you want to be doing? Just checking in with everyone, because this is likely the only downtime you're going to be getting this episode.
With a prisoner on board, visiting dignitaries of a not very friendly empire, and being kind of in the middle of a major fleet outpost, Nas is basically refining any contingency plans based around, okay, so the star goes supernova in that weird way that Hobus did. The Klingons turn on us. The Crusade shows up in force, you know. The Romulans attack, because Romulans.
Yes, well,
So she's basically just going through and refining her contingency plans, kind of just based on what she's seen from the ship, and keeping an eye on her security teams dispatched throughout the ship, just to make sure everyone's still doing their jobs.
give me a recent security check. This is going to be this is going to be a difficulty of 2.
Okie dokie.
Basically, give yourself a one-shot advantage when things kick off to enact some contingency or other.
Okay. I would like to spend a momentum, if I may.
You got plenty of it.
You got 5 right now.
Alrighty. Don't think any of the focuses directly apply.
Not really.
Yeah. Alrighty. Roll away.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you are.
Hey.
You've got a lot of free time on your hands, since that nobody is coming up to you and talking to you.
Yep.
And you're reasonably sure that you've covered most of the big things that could potentially make everything go horribly wrong. So, yeah. Fingers crossed you have actually thought of everything.
Well, only one way to find out.
Mm-hmm. Back in the brig, the general has continued to snarl questions at Aloxon, and Aloxon seems to have made an art form out of giving answers that are threatening, interesting, and entirely unactionable. Because, you've a decent idea of what their plan was. The fact that the Klingon Empire has been infiltrated is a little scary, but how? In what sense? Are we talking a few moles, like they did with the Romulans? Or what? He's not saying. But he does seem remarkably confident about the way things are going.
The general's not getting much traction. The prisoner is remaining tight-lipped.
What about giving him a little bit of shock therapy just to loosen his tongue?
This is Bjorn.
Fairly
This is
sure that
not
would break several
Sadra.
regulations.
I know.
Well, is there anything that can be done to, like, show them that we can force him out of his suit? Or something like that?
Crusaders die if their suits are breached.
Well, like, if we then also somehow make it where they don't die, like he's still in a confined space. Just a thought process I was thinking.
It would be theoretically possible to alter a containment cell in a way that would enable a Crusader to exist without their suit. But good question, what would actually happen if you did take one out?
Yeah, maybe not such a good idea. I decided it would be something that could, hey, we can knock you out of your suit if you don't want to talk. Like a show of power.
Pretty sure that would get us talked about back at High Command.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it's
Starfleet's not one for torture.
pretty much. There is reference to a second Geneva Convention, among other things. The general finally just gives up and looks over at you. This
What if
he at
the
least has
Klingon?
some. Sorry?
What if the Klingons took custody of the prisoner? That way, their interrogation would fall on them instead of on Starfleet.
I would just say by doing that, we would be accessory.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn it.
I wouldn't be surprised if there are unwritten regulations about be very careful of handing people over to the Klingons as far as Starfleet command officers go.
Just a thought.
Well, I will say this for the alien. He doesn't... he has done nothing to betray his people. Very well. Will you release him to my custody so I may continue my questioning, so that my scientists may study the monster?
We almost need Eric's crickets.
Oh my god.
That was quite a thing.
Those buggers were loud.
I'm surprised if I haven't had any sirens come by yet, actually.
Well, now that you say that.
I was gonna say, don't jinx it.
Oh.
I would. I would question the efficacy of standard Klingon interrogation methods, especially given the fact that this is how we got him from the Romulans. And I think we are both in agreement that neither of our people are as thorough, shall we say, as the Romulans with their interrogations.
I suppose I'll give them that. What now, then? You have warned us, provided us with useful information. Do you have an idea what kind of fleet we're talking about? What level of threat is represented here?
Well, given the data that we showed him on the Eternal Sun one-shotting a Dederidax, he should have some idea of the level of threat.
Sure, but that's just one ship. One
True.
ship which the Nightingale managed to thoroughly bloody the nose of.
Fair point.
Out of curiosity, has anyone mentioned to the Klingon Empire that we think the Crusade is responsible for the Hobus disaster?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
for Bjorn and Pharrell spoke to the Klingon on his ship and briefed him on everything we know on the Crusade.
Did we get any kind of troop size or troop movement when you guys infected their ship?
No.
The heavy indication that you've got from everything is that this is the only Crusade ship on this side.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the only asset they have. They shadow puppeted the Blackthorn League. They had moles among numerous ships.
Even a mole in the Phoenix Convocation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's likely that they have moles or worse within the Klingon Empire. What? Duh, he just said that.
Unfortunately, General, we do not have exact numbers. For all we know, several of your own ships could be working in league with them at the moment. We've seen that with the Romulans.
I find it hard to believe that any Klingon would choose to willingly side with this bloodsucker. Eloxon looks up slightly at that. Your species is easily manipulated if one knows the appropriate buttons to push.
Oh boy, that's gotta really get under his skin.
Generally, alien. Those who attempt to manipulate the Klingons soon discover the error of their ways. Perhaps. But by that time it will be far too late for those who have second thoughts. Your greatest strength will become your greatest weakness. We're done here. He turns to sweep out of the brig. Once I have returned to my ship, then you may leave. Then you may leave. I have heard nothing to indicate that the Klingons cannot handle the situation themselves. by ourselves, rather.
Well, as you wish, General. As I stated, we've been authorized to offer any aid you desire, but should you choose to decline that offer, that is your decision.
What help exactly are you even offering?
I mean, we got a... Oh, sorry.
Experience, knowledge, another ship. We can call in reinforcements from the Federation should it be necessary.
And also potentially
As
the
I said,
Romulans, if they allow it.
You're at your disposal. Bjorn is not about to mention the Romulans coming into the system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would probably not go over well.
Hey, General, want to have a Romulan flotilla in your system?
Your greatest strength will become your greatest weakness. I despise riddles. What on earth could that thing be referring to?
Ooh. I'm trying to think what that could be referring to.
While you think about that, Pharrell,
Alright.
you need help out with some shield modifications.
Alrighty.
So this will once again be a presence science check with a difficulty of 2.
And my testing of theory is still in play?
Yes. Yes. So I'm gonna make this presence engineering, but you get quantum physics.
Alrighty. Difficulty is still 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool. The tactical officer seems to be a lot more on the ball when it comes to Federation developments than the science officer, and it's relatively easy to get the Negvar's shield harmonics appropriately adjusted to be able to intercept trans-dimensional warheads. And pretty quickly, those modifications have been transmitted throughout the fleet.
Alright, Pharrell looks to the tactical officer. You should provide adequate protection against Crusade torpedoes.
He pats you on the shoulder rather hard, and
Klingon sort of way.
yes, and gets back to his duties as you stumble to maintain your balance.
Like, ugh. Forgotten how that felt since my time helping the Klingons with Curzon.
Well, at this point, your duties are pretty much done as far as helping the Klingons go. So, do you want to return to the ship?
Sure. I was about to say, could I make sure that their sensors are working properly by doing an active scan of the system? But I don't think they need a Starfleet lackey looking over their shoulder.
Probably wouldn't be appreciated.
No. So yeah, I will head back to the transporter room.
Alrighty. Let's see, Ventox, you're busy just continuing with routine maintenance.
Yep. That's basically trying to do what he can to prepare the ship for battle.
Mm-hmm. As you're doing your thing, but I'm assuming you are also monitoring the situation in the brig and listening in to the captain and the general.
Oh, of course, that's just standard procedure.
Mm-hmm. With all that in mind, is there anything that you would like to do?
Greatest strength will become your greatest weakness. I wonder if they turned somebody. If they promised to make them High Chancellor. Of course, there's not enough details at all to even try and figure out who that might be.
Yeah.
Actually, I do have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The ships around us, what houses do they belong to? Is it an even mix, or is there a definite bias?
It's an even mix.
Okay.
Could I prefer?
Give me a... Give me an insight security check with a difficulty of 3.
Anyone mind if I spend another momentum?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Where's the
what?
third die?
What?
Oh, where's the third die?
Oh, I didn't click on it. I'm a dummy.
Perhaps.
That's not what I... God damn it. So close.
I'm assuming the difficulty was still 2, right?
No, difficulty 3.
Difficulty was 3.
Oh. Shoot.
Hold on. I have not used determination since we've started this episode, have I?
Nope, no one has used determination yet.
I'm going to use my determination and my strong body enforces a strong mind following the session Naz and Bjorn had. I'm going to give Naz a reroll on that 0. Burning my determination.
I mean, I appreciate the gesture. I'm just not sure this is an important enough moment for it.
Is it even applicable?
That's bending rules a little bit. Rolling determination for someone else who you're not even with. Yeah, no, that's pushing things a little bit, I think. Yeah.
Unless Nas had something that would allow him to reroll that 0.
I mean, I could spend my own determination, maybe. Yeah, most of my talents are combat focused.
Yeah. Nope. No.
Well, you might have another chance to find this out again.
Probably should have switched out one of my combat talents because it just doesn't come up enough. But oh well.
Well, that's a value, not a talent.
No, I don't think you've got anything aside from the determination reroll.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't.
This,
Sorry, go ahead.
looking over this list of ships, there is something which does slightly bug you, but you're just not enough of an expert on the Klingons to be able to put your finger on what it is. Klingon politics was not your forte.
Go figure. However, Nas does know someone for whom Klingon politics was a major.
Indeed. You also have your mysterious communicator. You can try and use that anytime you wish.
That might be best.
Hmm.
You remember what the note that came with it said?
Hang on. Shoot, I didn't write it down.
Yeah. It simply said, God, now I've forgotten. I think it was, the time will come when you will need this or something.
Sounds about right.
You also didn't really study it.
There's still time. Alex is going to plot a trek down to engineering and hopefully avoid the Klingon.
You want to head to engineering?
Yeah.
Okay. You can, in fact, do that. And we will work out what happens with that shortly.
Yay.
Captain. Any glimmers of wisdom?
I'm going to reach out and see how Pharrell's doing on the Klingon ship while following the general back to our transporter bay.
Okay. That's all you two.
Pharrell, what's your status?
Pharrell taps his communicator, a comm badge. I have finished helping the Klingons set up the sensor techniques and on our advanced shield configurations. I'm heading back to the transporter room now.
All right. Be prepared to come back aboard. I'm escorting the general back to our transporter bay now.
Acknowledged. Round us out.
General's been deep in thought as he moves over to the transporter bay. And as Pharrell beams back over, he looks up. Our two our two nations have not always seen eye to eye. But I stand by my belief that the Klingon Empire does not need the Federation, and that in many ways you have held us back. But you have been fine allies in the past. And if you had not brought this to us, then there could have been a tragedy. And much as it galls my pride to say so, we simply do not know enough about this threat. And if they truly do have the ability to destroy stars, then it's not a threat which should be underestimated. You may call in your reinforcements.
Well. Great job, Captain.
It's a trap!
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably not wrong. Bjorn looks very well, General. I will send the orders to command. Hopefully, this will be uneventful, but should a battle commence, I look forward to fighting alongside you. When the battle is concluded, I'm sure I can find a bottle or two of blood wine to share over the defeat of our enemies.
He slaps you on the back and climbs up into the transporter pad.
You'll be. Pharrell looks at the journal. You'll be happy to know your ships are primed for the crusade.
Of course they are. Energize.
Oh, more so now. Pharrell steps off just before the Klingon dematerializes.
As soon as he's off the ship, Bjorn's going to tap his communicator. Commander Bazan, send communication to Federation that the Klingons are accepting Federation assistance. We're going to keep the Romulans in the pocket for now, though.
Aye, Captain.
You know, I would not be surprised if the Romulans had a cloaked ship or two in the Klingon Empire just to make help keep an eye on things.
Oh, undoubtedly.
Yeah.
I'm just
I'm-
looking at my.
I'm kind of
Cloaked
curious if that would be
objects.
the case, because they would kind of have more issues within their own empire, right now. To be watching the Klingons.
Yeah.
Oh, the main Romulan forces have other things to worry about, but Phoenix tends to have a bit more of a big picture view.
Bjorn's going to tap his communicator again. Commander Bazan, meet me in my ready room.
Shortly, Captain. I have something I wish to attend to very briefly first.
Very well.
Pharrell looks at Bjorn. Well, I assume by that display before the journal departed that your endeavor here was a little bit beneficial.
They've accepted our assistance.
That's a step.
Nas is going to relay the captain's words to the communications officer on the bridge, since she's currently not on the bridge.
Yeah.
Yes, Bob. Engineering.
Yes.
We are all bustling around like crazy people. All engineering teams are off doing something.
Commander Vintot.
He jumps at the sound of his name and go, "Whoa! Oh, Nas, how can I do? What can I do for you?"
I have something I need you to investigate for me. Tell me. She reaches into a equipment pouch and pulls out the communicator. Do you recognize this construction?
He takes the device and kind of looks it over, and waits for a GM to tell me if I recognize it or not.
Fourth wall break.
I'm going to require a reason engineering check from you.
Reason engineering.
This is going to be a difficulty of 1.
Oh, did it not open my... God damn it, it didn't open my character sheet. Reason difficulty? Oh. Ah.
Difficulty is 1.
Okay. And what were the...
Reason engineering.
Reason... Difficulties 1. Okay. Task roll 2. Would any of my... I don't think any of my focuses would really apply, would they?
Probably not. No.
What was difficulty again?
1.
1, okay. I'll just going to go ahead and just roll my normal task roll.
Okay, that's one success. Okay. This is... It's a communications device, which appears to be of Romulan design. It's not a type that you've seen before, but there's definitely some hallmarks of Romulan engineering on there. More questions will cost you momentum.
Okay. Shall we spend a momentum?
Up to you.
We only have 3. Let's go ahead and spend a momentum and see if we can detect what kind of frequencies it's using. Like what its specific communicator is built for specifically for someone. So I like a good idea. Maybe using a frequency might be able to determine who it's from.
Well, that's the interesting bit. You fiddle with the device a little bit.
It definitely looks Romulan. At least I can recognize some Romulan elements in this thing, but let me get a scan. Or
complicated bit comes when you run a scan on the input-output transmitter. That is not something you're familiar with. That's a transwarp communications link, not subspace.
of course, I wouldn't be able to tell it's transwarp. It's just like it's an unknown component to me.
Oh no, yeah, I'm giving that to you. You asked the question. It's
You know
weird,
now.
It's alien,
Okay.
but you're able to ascertain that much.
This is interesting. It transmits
Yes.
on transwarp frequencies.
And that's faster than subspace, right?
Correct. Faster and longer ranged.
I mean, whoever sent this to you might be pretty far away, or however he got this. I don't know how he got it, but it has to be someone who was pretty far away has sent it to you, or has, however. How did you come about how did you get this?
It was given.
Given. Okay. My only suggestion would be is use it. See who's on the other end. Unless there's something else we can do with it, per the GM's suggestions.
Short of going into like dismantling it or whatever, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nut doesn't want to take it apart. I was just hoping to find out who it might have belonged to. So, Romulan design with transwarp range.
How rare would that be, having transwarp technology in something like this? Or would that be
It's basically unheard of
unheard of?
among for pretty much everyone that you know. It's the sort of thing which technically, the Federation technically has the ability to produce that, thanks to some of the innovations from Voyager and 7, but for the most part, it's fiddly, it's expensive, and you don't need it.
Besides, Voyager also brought back the quantum slipstream drive.
Well,
Okay, fair enough.
it didn't work for them.
The knowledge, they brought back the knowledge that quantum slipstream was a thing, and that was about it. If you recall, they never managed to get it to work. There was a version of Voyager which did, but that was the Silver Blood one, which proceeded to melt.
I don't think that one used the quantum slipstream drive, did it?
Yeah,
That
was what caused the Silver Blood to break down and the entire ship to self-destruct.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, that wasn't slipstream. That was enhanced warp, I thought.
Yeah, because that one was trying to slip through the center of the galaxy just to get back to Earth faster.
We can argue about this later.
Anyway,
yeah.
During break or something.
Yeah, we can discuss that later. The only one I'll just throw this out. The only one I know about slipstream is the one when they crashed on the ice planet.
Yeah. I mean, it
Moving on.
works. It's just shutting up.
Nas
War
looks,
geeks.
yeah. Nas looks unreadable, but that's kind of Nas's default facial expression. She takes the communicator back and puts it back in the pouch. Thank you for your analysis, Commander. For now, I would like to keep this not
Private.
classified, but yes, private. I'm not sure who sent it. I'm not sure what they expect. But we have other concerns, more immediate concerns to address.
Fair enough. I'll keep it out of my reports for now.
Thank you, Commander.
I'm gonna, quite frankly, I might forget about it in 15 minutes anyway once I go climb in that Jeffries tube.
Well, don't exhaust yourself too soon. We will probably need all your fingers intact shortly.
As it always seems to be. I gotta do it. Ever remember when we were explorers?
That classic line.
I fear that was before my time.
Yes, well. Alrighty. You heading to the ready room?
Yes.
Pharrell has retook his science station on the bridge.
I'm good. Alright. Captain. Some minutes later, you have a gone.
I should also add that Pharrell is making sure he's running active scans of the system, just to be on the safe side.
Okay. Give me a roll for that.
Okay, so reason science?
Let's see. Using ship sensors is in fact a reason science check assisted by sensors plus science. And in this case, I want a difficulty of 2.
Alrighty. I will spend a momentum. Could my astrophysics apply here? Given
not
the...
in this case.
Oh. All right. Oh no, never mind. Whee!
3. Cool. Then gets your momentum back. I'll get to the results of that shortly.
All right.
Right, Captain. As I said, you have a guess.
All right, when Nas
Commander
walks in,
Pasan reporting as ordered.
Bjorn is looking at a map of the system. Very good, Nas. I assume you did not waste that time while I was with the General. What are your impressions of the current situation in system?
One that requires your expertise, Captain. I was actually hoping to speak with you shortly. The vessels around us, something the Crusaders said. I presume you are familiar with the Klingon houses.
Indeed.
To me, all of these ships seem to be of even spread, but I am unsure of their house names and their meanings. I was hoping if you saw what I was looking for, you might have the experience to turn it into usable data.
Alright, what am I rolling to see what looks inky?
This will be a security insight check. It would be difficulty 3, but because it's you and you have your familiarity with Klingons, it is going to be a difficulty of 2.
Alright, do I get my Master of Klingon Martial Arts focus?
No, I've already given you your Klingon bonus with the advantage.
Certainly. I'm going to burn a momentum to give me a third die.
Go for it.
Ew.
Ew.
My day.
Alright. You look over it, and something about the way that Naz said it indicates to you that she smells a rat here, but she just can't pin it down. And you have a similar feeling.
Now I am going to burn my determination for the always prepared and vigilant. And I'm going to reroll 2 of those.
What?
Wow!
Wow, you are just...
That's just not right.
You are not destined to get this role.
Apparently not. Damn.
The game wants us to find out the hard way.
Ouchies.
Apparently.
Man, and I thought I was being clever.
You just needed 1, and it just... Wow, quad zeros. Okay.
That's just...
Can we get the determination back and call it a wash?
Can I give my determination to 10?
I don't think you can give other people determination, unfortunately.
I know.
The captain can, but...
Ah, fair.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, that packed a thing. You look over this, and there's something that smells awry. And you can even narrow it down to one particular ship. but you're not quite sure what it is about you that bugs you. Like, it's not the only ship from that house. It's it doesn't have a particularly distinctive name or anything. It's just its positioning in the fleet feels a little wonky, and when you look closely at it, it has some strange markings on it.
Which one is it that's bugging me?
Why did I have a feeling you were going to point to that one?
The southernmost Katinga on the outer border. It has, for some reason, like most Klingon ships these days, tend towards browns, greens, that kind of color scheme. This has got a lot more red on it. And that definitely has some significance. It's just that you are drawing a blank on what it is right now. It's been a while since you've dug into the more esoteric bits of Klingon folklore and politics.
While red is a color for the Klingons, but it's definitely not. It's not even. It's not. It's definitely not seen on their ships these days.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, blah, blah. Why not have your handy-dandy science officer run a detailed scan on that ship?
Well, it's funny you should say that.
You were gonna have me.
Oh dear.
I read the GM's mind.
Because you successfully passed that scanning check earlier.
Ah.
And you're running sweeps, checking out whole thing. There's a lot of Klingon ships. They're doing their finest to make a nice little defense perimeter, and it's all great and lovely.
But
And you almost miss the fact that there's some weird comms traffic surrounding one of the Klingon ships.
yes,
No prizes for guessing which one.
yeah. Is it the Vorkang?
So you have, because you are a science officer and you have technical expertise. Okay, technical expertise is a reroll. But you are the science officer, which means you get to ask a free question, basically. One bonus momentum for information gather.
Okay, I like to spend that bonus momentum to get an in-depth look at that comm traffic.
Well, all of the ships here are in communication with each other. It's sort of low-level stuff, not even like
general fleet.
speaking. It's just
General
pinging
fleet.
signals back and forth.
General fleet coordination.
Yeah. This one, I mean, if you weren't looking out for suspicious things, you'd think that this was having technical difficulties. Like, it's got like this haze of static around it as far as the signals go. It's still able to coordinate with people, but there also seems to be just random pings going off into deep space.
Okay, so is that by bonus momentum used, or can I use that to like specifically focus on those random things going off in deep space?
You'd need another momentum for that.
Okay.
I bet you probably need a momentum for this question, but this is something that came to my mind.
All right.
Were those trans-warp signals?
No.
Okay.
Okay,
No, I mentioned if they were unusual in some fashion.
Okay, I will do this. I will spend the momentum to look at those random deep space signals.
Yeah,
We're gonna need a
they're
momentum generator at some point.
Yeah, right. We've only generated like one momentum in this entire time.
Yeah, you stacked up a bunch last episode, which helps. Last part, which helps, but you've not been particularly lucky with the rolls.
No kidding.
Odds errors. That's the first time I've seen determination actually fluff. Wow.
That's just not right.
Okay, so yes, whoever's doing this is pretty good. They're making it look like it's just random spikes of noise.
Like background EM readings or some other.
Pretty much. But there's a pattern. There's all the signals are sent off in random directions except one, which is very definitely heading in one particular direction, and looks more like it's encrypted than random noise.
All right, I would like to decrypt it if I can.
And that will be another roll.
All right. Reasons
let me hold you just there to see what the captain and the first officer are doing.
All right.
I was about to actually reach out to Pharrell to take a look at that ship. So
We're just all in.
Bjorn taps his comm badge. Mr. Pharrell, can you take a look at that Katinga that is the farthest on Galactic Flat South?
It's funny you should say that, Captain. I've been running scans of the sector for anything suspicious, and that particular vessel you mentioned cropped up on my radar, so to speak. It's sending out odd signals, and one in particular is being sent out into deep space. It's encrypted, and I was about to decrypt it when you contacted me.
See what you can find out.
That's the direction of transmission, by the way.
What now?
That line. Direction of transmission.
I didn't catch it. My character sheet was blocking the way.
Ah, yes. Alright. Decryption time.
So, which way was that? Which way was that line going?
Oh, sorry.
I do not see a line.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Aha!
Okay. Decryption time.
Decryption time, indeed. As you are working on that, though,
Wait. Janeway is flying a Prometheus-class starship?
yes, she is.
I would not have pegged that on her.
Warlord Janeway!
I would have pegged her to be flying, like, maybe a Vesta class.
Do you think after all the trouble she went through in the Delta Quadrant, she's going to be running anything short of a battlecruiser?
Eh.
Yeah, this is... To be fair, this is not the vessel which you would normally have picked, but ever since the Crusade thing starts heating up, she was like, okay, I need something with teeth.
And I see you brought Pharrell's previous ship here.
Yep. So the starships Himiko, Seattle, Tereshkova, Galaxy, and Litchfield have entered the area.
The Seattle.
Wasn't that the Excelsior that joined us in the black hole cluster?
That was the Leibniz.
Oh, Leibniz, sorry.
Yeah, the Leibniz is still being repaired. That got really, really beaten up.
Right.
Yeah.
And considering it sacrificed its warp core.
You can say the math was not in its favor.
Anywho.
I got that reference. But yes, we're going to need to decrypt some things.
Also, Captain, our Starfleet's reinforcements have arrived, led by the USS Litchfield.
Very good.
And Pharrell smiles at noticing the galaxy. Hello, my old friend. Okay, decryption time.
Actually, rules for this, I think.
It's a good thing we... Go ahead.
So this is going to be Insight Engineering.
Really?
Assisted by Communications plus Security.
May I ask, how is this engineering?
This is an intercept task by the bridge rules. Anyway,
Communication security is set for the ship?
Correct. The difficulty here is going to be 2.
Okay, you said it was engineering and what for me?
Insight.
Okay. And I was going to say, it's a good thing you have a Luna class here, because we'll probably need some additional sensor support.
Probably.
Okay.
That's one success.
None of my focuses apply, right?
Afraid not. Although you do have technical expertise, so you will have a reroll.
Excuse me. Okay. Make sure everything's right. I am rerolling that mother flippin' 0.
We got the no. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got this. We got the success.
Okay.
Reroll gets momentum. So
Okay.
might also be a complication, but
Don't. No.
that's unlikely.
You had to say it.
Now I'm afraid to press the button.
You've got a 1 in 20 chance of getting a complication, and a 1 in 13. Yeah. So nothing happens. You're good. 1 in 13? No, 13 in 20. Whatever. Anyway, you failed. But you succeeded the check, so everything's fine.
I was gonna say, hang on, wasn't this a difficulty like 1 or 2?
Difficulty 2, yeah. So yes, you successfully intercept the transmission, and you see something very familiar.
Oh no.
Those would be the sensor subroutines and shield modifications which you provided to them.
Pharrell just leans back in his chair. Son of a bitch. Anything else I gleaned from that decryption?
That's what's currently being sent. If you keep watching, there might be some more, but I figured you might want to react to that.
Okay. Pharrell to Captain Bong.
Yes.
That ship that we had our eye on, it's sending out the modifications that I relayed to the Klingon fleet. Now, I'm not a betting man, but I would place Latinum that ship is sending out those modifications to the Crusade.
Can you pinpoint where they're sending it to?
I don't know, can I?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Would I need a roll for that?
No.
Okay. Where are they?
Dear. The what?
Why is that ugly motherfucking thing in here?
A Sark? Ooh.
It's sending it to another vessel. Is that a Klingon ship in this case, or?
Mm-hmm.
Some...
That is actually a sarcophagus class.
Do we see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's at the bottom right corner of the map.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that?
Hey, it's that ship is relaying the data to a. I've never seen this class of ship before. It's designated the EKS Lucara.
Bjorn's hitting something on his desk. General, do you have a sarcophagus ship that we don't know about?
Before the general can respond, the Lucara opens a hail, system-wide.
Pharrell brings the. Well, it would come up automatically on the view screen anyway. Never mind.
The Klingon there is wearing a rather unusual full head mask, and has all the iconography of the head of a house. It is time, brothers and sisters. Time to sweep away the lies. Time to reclaim time to reclaim our destiny. I am the Herald of Lucara. Join us, and we will bring the Klingon Empire to eternal glory.
Oh, damn.
Quick lore check. You definitely would know this, Bjorn. Others may or may not. Actually, you probably would, Pharrell. Do you know who Lucara is? Do you know who Lucara is?
Yes, the Parmakai of Kalis.
Yep. Yep.
I'm going to say this. Are we going to be seeing a big flash in our future? Big flash? Like from a Battle of Binary Stars?
Oh,
beacon.
The beacon.
I mean, if the star goes supernova, that technically counts as a flash, doesn't it?
Yes.
I mean, it's the
Yes,
mother
it
of all flashes.
I'm sorry, I was talking about the beacon from Discovery.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, a hypernova will definitely qualify as a beacon of sorts.
Okay, never mind.
Now, do we know where Kalis is right now?
Who, sorry?
Do we know where Kalis is? Or Kalis is?
Kalis. As far as you know, he would be on Kronos.
For those who might not know, in case we have any viewers, we're talking about the clone of Kalis from TNG.
The episode Rightful Heir, to be exact.
Pharrell thinks about bringing the ship to red alert, but
that's okay. That's okay. Nas beats you to the punch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like that comes on, then Bjorn and Nods immediately tap their communicators. Red alert.
And I'll throw this out there. Then Todd sent Jeffrey's tube and he hears it and goes, "Oh crap!" And immediately starts pulling himself out of the Jeffrey's tube.
Well, the Klingon on the view screen has a grand arms held out wide and making a big proclamation kind of stance, and then stands aside. The figure comfortably sprawled out on the command chair of the sarcophagus. Well, they would be dressed as a Klingon warrior, in a very classical fashion, bat'leth on their knees, furs, spikes, all of that kind of thing. But that's not a Klingon wearing them.
It's a crusade, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I bet you it's our old friend Vandrix, too.
Pharrell immediately stands up and takes a few steps towards the view screen.
I am Lucara, and I have come to denounce my weakling, my weakling lover, the one who stole me away from the true savior of the Klingons. Leave Kalis behind. Join me. And remember the one who truly made us powerful. Remember Molor. And if you choose to stand in our path, then you will truly understand just how strong I have made us.
Pharrell hears his sensor indicators on his sensation and bolts back. Captain, we got more Klingon ships decloaking.
They have a carrier.
Yep.
I'm reading 4 advanced birds of prey, Vorchog, raptors. They got the works over there, Captain.
Bjorn pings the general and the Litchfield.
They both respond. Janeway has an expression of this was going to be such a nice day.
General, it appears that there is a religious dispute led by one of the invaders.
Quick interjection. Nas is going to quietly slip out of the room while the captain is talking to both Janeway and the general.
Well, I mean, you are more or less on a combat footing at this point, so first officer on the bridge is not a terrible idea.
Well, she also has a communicator to deal with.
Ah, yes.
So she's going to find a quiet adjoining room to use that first before going to the bridge.
There's always the executive bathroom.
Yeah, there's.
All right.
Excuse me, I gotta go to the bathroom to make a quick call.
Well, you turn it on.
I would say just stay in the actual ready room and then just not go out onto the bridge.
Anas isn't quite sure who she wants to have overhear this conversation just yet, but soon, hopefully.
I thought that Bjorn went to the bridge.
No, he's still using the desk.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, the communicator flicks on. Warms up. Then all lines of text scroll across it. You called?
I presume you are observing.
In as much as I can. I would not be welcome in that. I would not be welcome in that system.
Ah, you haven't noticed our latest guests yet.
Enlighten me.
Hendrix appears to be claiming to be whoever Kalis's long-lost love was.
The Kara.
Intriguing. If she was able... Who are her? Who are her supporters?
What are the house markings, or what is the house that is following the Lucara?
Actually, the key bit is the thing which she mentioned. About the followers of Molor.
Oh, so the House of Molor?
Okay, no.
Sorry, I'm
Molor-
not up to date on Klingons.
Yeah, Molor the Tyrant was the Kalis's greatest enemy, and the one that
Right.
Kalis slew to bring about the modern era of honor and all that sort of thing. Molor was just a destructive monster.
Right.
Basically,
Who
the
I believe
Klingon-
became the leader of the Fakiri, or Fakiri.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it basically became the Klingon Devils adjacent.
Adjutant? But yeah.
But yeah, he still has a following of sorts in an underground kind of fashion.
So they're Klingon Satanists. Okay.
More or less.
I know that's grossly oversimplifying the subject, but that shorthand version is they're Klingon Satanists.
Yes. Which is also why they've got a bunch of older and dinkier ships like the Raptors.
Right.
Also a sarcophagus.
Also
Yeah,
a sarcophagus.
And the sarcophagus being a big symbol to the entire empire.
I mean, it's a dreadnought. Dreadnoughts are huge.
I mean,
and usually very important.
what? It's like is it comparable to a Negvar size?
Bigger.
Oh shit!
Yeah, the sarcophagus is huge.
Sarcophagus class is 2 kilometers long.
How long is the Neg?
That's a good question, actually. Negvar size. Negvars are a quarter of that.
A
You're right back.
quarter?
I'm stepping away for just a sec.
The Negvar class, according to visual effects, was 686 meters long. It's bulky, but it's actually shorter than a Sovereign.
Well, yeah. It's like similar size to a Galaxy.
Mm-hmm. Whereas the
Okay, back.
I did actually look this up somewhere. Yeah, most analyses of its appearance in Discovery, the sarcophagus was 2 clicks long.
Yeesh.
Thing is massive.
That's a big ship.
They're also very old, and very few of them were ever made.
I mean,
That ship is centuries old.
It's 2 kilometers long. Those things were not cheap.
I mean, the one seen in Discovery was already 2 centuries old. That's how old these things are.
Yeah.
They have
So
a
that would
serious history behind them.
So this thing is like what, 4 or 5 centuries old?
About that.
Anywho.
She is leading the followers of Molor.
Yes, that would be a suitable way to create a serious division within the Klingon Empire. One sufficient enough to create a distraction, if not suitable allies.
Allies, I think she found in plenty. They have a not unreasonable fleet here, headed by a monstrosity that I can only describe as unprecedented.
Be wary.
You think?
I am not certain, but I believe that despite the strength of this attack, it is still a diversion.
Their target will still be the sun, yes?
Yes. I am unable to help you at this time. My forces will be on standby when the time comes, though.
I was going to request you remain hidden, however you are doing so for now. I'm sure you would recognize a tactical opportunity when it arises.
The cloaking devices of my force are quite advanced.
Then I will leave your involvement to your judgment. But having you in reserve will make me feel better.
The communicator goes dead. At this point, we will take a short break before I kick off the battle music and everything goes horribly wrong.
This is a good thing because I have to use the restroom, so I will take this opportunity that has arisen.
we are back.
So we are. Alrighty. Everything's going horribly wrong. So yes, Captain, I believe you had a conference call.
Yeah. General, that would be the leader that we have fought on several occasions. I would also like to point out that it appears your Katinga, and he indicates the right Katinga, is in league with them. We intercepted transmissions of the information we provided to you.
Understood. I must redeploy my fleet to deal with this. Admiral, will you join us? Janeway hesitates for a moment and then nods curtly. Whatever the Crusade has planned for those for those poor deluded fools, it can't be good for the rest of us. Federation will stand with you, General. Captain, I know that Nightingale isn't in the best of shape. I want you to hold back as a second line. I'm a little worried that there might be more than meets the eye here.
After her conversation with the communicator, Nos is going to see about getting in touch with the captain again, either in person or waiting for him to return to the bridge.
Interesting music.
This is actually from Klingon Academy.
Huh. The Vorkang is busting out.
Well, they're all launching.
Yeah. I would say the Nightingale should probably move closer towards the sun to keep a watchful eye over it.
That was actually what Nos was about to suggest.
We're just
You are the ranking officer on the bridge, so you can make that.
we're just in sync with each other right now.
Helm, alter course towards the sun. We'll protect that flank of the star bases. Commander Rainey's. Scan for hidden vessels.
Okay. Go ahead.
That fleet's target might be our fleet, but they should have other forces, and the Crusader itself hasn't shown up yet.
Will do, sir. Ma'am.
I think either works, to be honest.
Yeah.
Bjorn
Whatever,
moved
no,
out to the
we're-
bridge.
What's up?
Said Bjorn is going to move out to the bridge.
Be right back. I got a cat pawing at my back door.
Whoops.
Oh no, kitty.
Captain. I have reason to believe that the fleet presented before us is not the total of the Crusade's forces here. They will likely still attempt to trigger a Nova event.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
And by the way, are the Klingons going to deal with this, like, rogue Tinga here?
Well...
It's currently being flanked by a Burrell and a Vorcha, yeah.
In fact...
Anyway. Was it just destroyed?
Yes, it was.
Awesome.
Oh. That's right, these are Klingons. They don't fuck around.
No, of course not.
You betray the Empire, you will get sent to Greythor! Alright, so...
Your Molor there.
What now?
You can join your Molor there.
Exactly. Alright, so... What will I need to roll to scan the area around the sun?
It's the usual check, reason science.
Okay.
Assisted by, census plus science.
And I assume my astrophysics would apply here.
Yes, I will allow that.
What is the difficulty?
We're gonna go with a difficulty of 1.
I will spend 1 threat to get a 3rd die.
Go for it.
Alright.
So, out of curiosity, are we going to be doing rolls for the fleet fighting, or all just going to be done narratively?
It's all going to be done narratively. You're about to have other things to worry about, let's put it like that.
Oh. Spoilers. I guess.
So, I assume my roll generated 2 momentum.
Hold on a second, let me just move everything into a nice furball.
Okay. Holy crap, we're just surrounding these bastards.
Well, gotta stop them from breaking through.
Right?
Alright. Boom, kapow. Explosions.
That's one big cluster.
Yes, it is. Alright, so yes, you've successfully generated the momentum. Alright. Well, the Lucaran fleet is... It's kind of a mixed bag. A lot of it is older ships, which they scrounged out from places. But at the same time, they do have a sarcophagus, they have a Boku, they have multiple Vorchas. It looks like the Federation Klingon Alliance probably has the edge, but it's going to be a messy fight. And needless to say, the amount of energy blade off is ridiculous. Of course. But you do notice something worrying as you look over the data for the battle. That's a lot of ships clustered on one side of the sun.
Yep.
Oh god. They're gonna trigger like probably like a solar flare like Martok did at the Monac shipyards.
I'd be more worried about something like, say,
A Nova.
A Nova would take out everything.
Showing up like there.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried more about the whole fleet engagement being just one big distraction.
Right. Right. Anywho, what did my scans yield?
Well, your scans indicated there does appear to be some kind of warp activity on the far side of the system.
Hey, what?
There does seem to be some kind of warp activity on the far side of the system.
Captain, I'm detecting activity at the far edge, at the far end of the sector, on the other side of the sun from the battle.
Very good, Commander. Helm, move us in that direction. Commander, why don't you toss some... let's toss a wide-range tachyon burst out there.
I was thinking the same thing, sir.
Alrighty. There is actually a roll to attempt to penetrate a cloaking device.
To attempt what?
There is actually a roll to attempt to penetrate a cloaking device. I just don't remember what it is. Wait, no. We need to go down here.
I want to say it possibly involves daring or insight.
Or control.
Or control, yeah.
Alright, yes, this is going to be a daring... Now let's go with a daring science check.
Yeah, I would say science, since I'm trying to scan for a cloaked vessel.
With a difficulty of 2.
This might be a stretch, but would one of my physics focus apply?
No.
Didn't think so. Well, at least I got my technical expertise here. Alright. Okay, I want to reroll that 0.
Sounds like a plan.
Is the ship assisting with this?
Yes it is actually, that is a good point. Ship will be assisting with...
Yes!
I'm gonna say census security in this case.
Alright.
Makes sense. Yee!
Yay!
Syntax!
That actually gets you...
I apologize, I didn't get to the mute fast enough.
How dare you. Alright. The, tachyon burst filters out. The ship that you find is not actually cloaked, but it does appear to be running, like, running dark. Minimal power output, all that kind of thing. And the tachyon burst does still light up quite nicely.
Let's say hello to...
Are you ready to be surprised?
Come
Nope.
son.
Who else?
Alright. Hold on a moment.
Question: what state is the Eternal Sun in?
I will tell you as soon as I've picked things up a bit.
All right.
Wrong layer and the wrong position. Okay, there we go. It is just as beat up as you last saw it.
Well, we're on even ground again.
So it would appear.
Well, we've had some repairs done.
Some, yeah. But we still got our 3 or 4 breaches.
But yeah, they're up to like 6 or 7 at this point.
Nasty, you haven't cut the box out yet on this one.
Yeah, I tried to, but for some reason, the place where I've been getting the models for the Crusader stuff wasn't working, so I couldn't actually pull out that silhouette again.
Gotcha.
I'm hoping I'll have that fixed by next week. I wasn't actually expecting the Eternal Sun to show up this soon this week, but you've been going through it pretty quickly. Alright, let's see. Deep. Alright, so yes, the Eternal Sun is making a beeline for the star.
Well, let's make a beeline interception.
I want to see if we can get maybe the one of those Starfleet ships in the back lines to turn around and come join you or join us.
I think they're probably. I think they're probably too heavily into the battle to disengage.
Yeah.
Honestly, from a tactical standpoint, I would rather have just us deal with the Eternal Sun, because hopefully that will leave that nasty Klingon or Molor fleet down there, not trying to come and attack us.
Fair point.
Alright.
Captain, I've detected the Eternal Sun. It's making a beeline for the star.
Looks like we caught them in time.
Commander Bazan, fire as soon as we're in range.
Aye, Captain.
You're going to have to push the engines really hard to get there in time. It might even be an idea to do a micro warp jump.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like an engineering role.
Well,
Or piloting.
yeah.
It is in fact a con thing. You have the ability to do a warp jump which will cost you 1 power per zone you move.
So that would be... At least on this map, would that be basically 6
If you wanna
power
get-
to close the distance?
If you want to get to here, that would be 5.
Okay.
And yes, 6 if you wanted to get even further.
What about 4 for like use of torpedoes and such?
That's also an option. But you are now into combat. So I'm guessing your first thing is going to be getting the helm going. Where would you like Ensign Taylors to take the ship?
Let's do 5 and move to that hex you indicated. And the last 2, I want to actually be a bump for a Picard maneuver style warp shadow.
Alright, so... Sorry, run that past me again?
So move to that hex that you indicated.
Yeah.
But the right before it, do a bump into there to create a warp shadow.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you. Alright.
There you go. There are our sirens.
There we go.
It is traditional.
I like this music.
Especially when we're in battle.
So it was written, so it shall be.
Could be.
Alright. That costs you a bunch of power reserves. And I'm basically like that, so we're gonna go.
Remember, we are actually a lot more stronger now than we were, because I'm assuming the ablative armor automatically activates.
Yes, it does.
Well, the blade of armor, it's armor, so it's kind of active regardless.
Well, I know. I remember seeing something like a blade of armor, structural integrity, yeah, blah 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 blah. So I thought that'd be something that'd be turned on too.
And
Make it
it's just
stronger.
it's just a special armor type for ships.
Alright.
Let's spend the momentum to hold initiative.
Okay, so to make the Wolf Shadow effective, Lillian is going to have to roll. Would you like to put a momentum in there?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the ship rolling for this?
I believe the ship roll is Structure Con.
Structure con?
Yep.
What?
Full success. Alright, you are under the effect of evasive maneuvers, and you're spending 2 to maintain initiative.
I would like to scan for weaknesses on that on the Eternal Sun.
Works for me.
We can do that, or we're gonna have Nas fire.
Weaknesses first.
It'll give us an advantage.
Yep.
Alright, so scan for weakness. Control plus science, assisted by sensors plus security. This is going to be a difficulty of 2.
Okay. I will spend a threat to gain a 3rd die.
Copy that.
And I get my tactical expertise again, right?
You are assisted by sensors, so yes.
Okay.
Sensors and what's the Nightingale running?
Security.
Yeah.
Ooh. That is deal momentum. Cool, and you have successfully identified some weaknesses on the Eternal Sun.
Alrighty, and I have relayed the information to Nas, and and it's still 2 momentum to maintain the initiative, right?
We have already maintained once. I don't
Oh, right.
I'll do it again.
Damn it.
Alright. So, the Eternal Sun. First turn. It's gonna move.
Oh boy.
And you know what? I'm going to cross back over.
Really? Huh. So Nas, fire away.
Is there a role to target specific systems on a ship?
There
Or
is,
there-
in fact. You
Okay.
may, at a cost of +1 difficulty, target a specific system.
Alrighty. And remind me what the difference between area and spread is again. If,
Area targets
that's
multiple
okay.
ships, spread hits multiple times.
Okay. So we want phaser spread. I want to target their engines.
Okay. I will warn you, you're at a difficulty of 4 to hit.
Okay.
Because it's 2 basic, +1 for targeting, +1 for close range.
Okay.
But you can in fact do that. And because you have Scan for Weakness active, you will get bonus damage dice for each additional d20 you buy on the initial roll.
I was thinking of buying probably 2. So it'll get me 4 die with focus.
Yep.
Is everyone okay with that?
Definitely.
The Nightingale's rolling what? Weapons security?
Correct.
Now
Do we
he
have
goes,
enough power? Do we have enough power to charge the phaser arrays?
Maximum charge will cost you 3 power.
That'll bring us down to 2. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I'm fine with this.
Yeah. You gonna spend a combination
Alright,
of
go ahead.
momentum and threats, or
We have the momentum to do it without building threats, so
yeah? I was just curious how Nas wanted to play it.
Yeah, I'd say just use the momentum now,
Okay.
because the captain, if Bjorn doesn't have anything more immediate to do, he can always
Rally.
generate more momentum. Yeah, rally to generate momentum, and then Vintot can get us our power back after dumping everything into the phaser base.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Go ahead and roll it.
Alrighty.
What? What?
Oh!
Why?
Oh dear.
No!
Oh dear.
Son of
I
you still have your determination?
I do in fact have determination, and I think we are going to hold everyone to the highest standard. That was a terrible shot.
a... Yes!
What did I
Please let
miss?
this be... See for your...
Yep, 2 rerolls for you, and you can reroll the ship as well.
Oh,
Also, I was using the wrong stats because I'm a
Ah!
That's the control security there.
yes.
Although those were 20s anyway, so it wouldn't have made a difference.
That's
Yeah.
why we're re-rolling them.
You need 2 successes.
Come on, Nas! Yes!
There we go. Not spectacular, but I'll take it.
This close to a J-class star. I think that's J-class. I forget my notes. It is hard to target. There's a lot of random energy flares. The Eternal Sun is running quiet. And there's a lot of pressure. You very narrowly avoid a phaser overload, which could have blown out the entire capacitor, as you try and reroute power from the engines into the shields, into the phasers, more power into the phasers, lock on. Okay, fire. Let's see how good it is.
Let's hear the phaser beams.
Oh yes, I do apologize. That's important. Okay. Also,
Versatile.
you gain 2 momentum because phasers.
Yes.
Alright. This is going to be... That's 2 meters.
I was gonna say, I think it should just be 7.
Nope,
Oh.
it shouldn't. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 halved, round up, is 4. Plus 4.
Oh, it's shit.
8.
It rolled already. God damn it. I was... I don't think I meant to roll.
Hmm. You did a lot of damage.
Alright. I guess we'll
Don't
keep
even-
it.
You don't even really need to re-roll that. You actually did more damage with the second hit than with the first, which is impressive.
Nice.
Alright, where's the... Did I close the Eternal Sun? I think I did.
And you were targeting the engines, right, Nas?
Yes. Connection to server has been interrupted. I'm only seeing the first roll up there. Or no, that's right. The second damage hit is just automatic.
Yeah, it calculates off the first.
Right.
There it is. Okay, so for a start, that is 15 damage, which is enough to drain the shields entirely. And will give you is that 2 or 3 breaches?
I'm fine with 3.
I'm sure you are. Alright.
Hell, the ship the state that ship's in, I'm fine with 2. 3 would be fantastic, but 2 is still pretty good.
Yeah.
Threats. Structural damage and repair. Okay. So, more than one condition occurs. So, if it suffers 5 or more damage from a single attack or hit, yes. Or it's reduced by 0 by that attack, it's. That is 3 breaches.
Aha!
Yes!
Alright.
Nice
So.
Good shot, Gornzilla.
Let me just double check how spread works.
And that was in character,
So
by the way.
I think the second one. Spread. So yes, the first breach is guaranteed on the engines. The other 2 are randomized because they came off the second shot.
Did I forget, how does our find weakness play into this? Does it do anything for this point?
It gave you piercing, which basically means that their resistance counts for nothing at this point.
Okay.
That's 2 hits on the structure,
Nice.
which actually puts them up to 4. Ouch.
Wow.
Alright.
I was
So,
so-
an
I was-
engine impact. Loses 2 power immediately. Okay, structure. Significantly damaged. Fires and minor hull breaches. Increase the complication range of all sorts of things. Resistance goes down by 1. And apparently they've also one of their officers was also injured, so they lose a turn.
Nice.
Whew.
Yeah, the phasers just burn straight through the shields and into the hull. Plasma vents everywhere. The ship visibly bucks. It's after how much damage and how much suffering that ship has caused. It's pretty satisfying.
Pharrell gives a pound on his light pound on his console. Good shot, Gornzilla.
Who's next? Do you want to maintain the initiative?
Do they lose this next turn, or do they just lose a turn this round?
Loses a turn this round.
Do we want to maintain the initiative so Ventog can give us more power?
Haven't we already done that this...
Nope.
No.
Nope.
You've
Yeah,
That was last round.
Okay.
you've had Pharrell, Naz, and Taylor's have gone. It's up to you guys.
let's retain initiative and yeah, let's retain initiative and see if I can send that power back.
We'll need momentum for that, though.
It was just.
I just spent it for maintaining the initiative. So
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, we'll need momentum to get a lot of power back. Because it's momentum, it's power per momentum spent.
Yeah.
How much do we need?
Alright, then I'm going to rally.
Okay.
Time to build some momentum.
And to answer your question, Vendot, we're sitting at 5 power right.
Yeah, that warp jump. Wait, hold on.
No, we should be down to like...
Oh, right.
Should be down
We
to
should be at 2.
3. I was like, hang on. Don't be nice on us, Lazu.
I don't intend to be. Because there's something important which you guys have missed.
Oh boy, now I'm gonna be spending my moments finding out what it was. Before I get arrested.
Yeah, I'm going to rally. So presence command.
Yep.
So will it still be Vintot's turn, or...
No, that's right.
Oh,
It'll be up to them.
okay.
Alright, do any of my focuses come into play?
I'll allow composure as usual.
What? Oh.
I can't roll today.
Give us
You
a...
really-
You also rolled for the Nightingale.
You really can't. Alright.
We're all gonna die!
Yeah, I'm basically going to read that as you give us some inspiring words, but everyone's already buzzed, and it doesn't really do much for the atmosphere. All right, Eternal Sun. So, the Eternal Sun is in bad shape. And it could probably do something to beat the shit out of you. It's still mean, its weapon systems are still fully charged. But it doesn't seem to care about you.
It's still gonna try and make a beeline for the sun, isn't it?
No.
It's probably already launched the torpedo. That's what we're probably missing.
It's in range to do so.
Oh, damn.
So I was like, oh, you're targeting a system, are you? You're going for the engines instead of the weapons. This is going to cost you.
I
Alright.
thought they had to get closer.
Close is 1 hex, medium is 2 hexes, long is 3 hexes. 3 hexes to the sun. Alright.
I'm going to spend the rest of the weekend kicking myself over this. Okay.
You killed us all, Nas!
Oh yeah, I wrote that.
Clearly the coffee was not enough.
Alright. Are you ready?
No, but you're gonna kill us anyway, so...
A glowing incandescent torpedo flings out of its flings out of the board launchers, hurtling towards the sun.
Torpedo launched, Captain. I'm attempting to get a lock on it.
Okay. Uh, the torpedo wings force hurtling towards the star far too fast for you to be able to do any kind of point defense action against it. And then it hits something.
Something.
Yes. Something.
Oh, we got a cloaked friend out there? Ha-ha! Laval? Isn't that Sila's ship?
Yes, it is.
Captain! The torpedo! It... Oh... Pharrell immediately brings up the Laval on the screen, on the view screen.
Alrighty, I need to work out what that actually damaged.
Well, I was going to bring this up earlier, but we know that they transmit all aspects of our defenses against the torpedo.
Yeah?
I would assume the Eternal Sun would have got those too. But maybe they were too damaged to do anything about it, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, some 5 damage. The giant Flambard class just slowly decloaks with some scorching along one wing where the torpedo hit. And then
Cloaks again? Oh! Hello, cavalry!
you get a brief audio transmission from Sealer. We thought you could do with some assistance. Time for a little revenge. Open fire.
Pharrell is just beaming at seeing those warbirds decloak.
Now, would you like to see what a Flambard class can do?
Oh, hells yes. We've already seen what the Talonus can do against, Luki's ship.
Yep. Really? Oh my god. Okay, hold on a second, I need to find my weapon stats for this thing. Apparently didn't actually put them in Roll20.
Oops.
Here we go.
Captain, I'm picking up three more Romulan warbirds decloaking. 2 D-Daredexes and Jorok's warship, the Talonus.
Okay. I think I bought a Daredex. Yes, I can.
And the Laval is opening up on the Eternal Sun.
Alright. Let's push that up a little bit.
What? No, get rid of that damn complication.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. So I need to work out where I'm going. Oh dear.
Oh, yes.
That's 2 more structure breaches.
Oh my god, how much more can the Eternal Sun take?
That is literally it. The structure... Let me read out what happens when you fill up on your structure damage. So, if the total number of breaches the structure system has suffered is equal to... no, hold on, disabled. Total number of breaches the structure system has suffered is equal to the scale of the ship. The system has been disabled. Many fires, multiple serious hull breaches, sections losing life support. Ship's resistance is reduced down to half of its normal value. One more breach basically means that, bearing in mind, this is player ship rules, where it's actually exceedingly difficult to destroy the ship, except by GM ruling. One more breach effectively would consign a ship to months in space dock on a full hull rebuild.
Ooh.
The Eternal Sun is basically in bits.
Well, we're not gonna give it a chance to go back to dry dock.
Indeed. Alright, well,
So- How's the battle on the other side of the sun going?
the Lacarans are definitely losing.
Damn right they are.
Alright. The Eternal Sun... That was the Laval's turn, so it's back over to the Eternal Sun. And... the Eternal Sun... Pharrell, as you're
Yes.
looking at your readouts of the Eternal Sun, you notice what appears to be a spectacular failure in engine containment.
Pharrell leans forward. Captain. The Eternal Sun appears to be losing some kind of losing engine containment. We might be looking at a breach there.
That's terrible news. I am heartbroken. How
I know.
goes the rest of the battle?
Should I point out that we're sitting right next to it if a core breach?
I know, it's very heartbroken, Captain, but from my readings, the battle on the other side of the sun is going favorably.
The Eternal Sun is listing sections of hull floating away, plasma everywhere, but it does still have its weapon systems. And as it reroutes what little power it has left, seemingly back towards its engine core,
Helm.
Oh no.
another torpedo flies out, but instead of heading towards the sun or trying to go for one of you, it loops in a lazy arc.
Do they just scuttle themselves?
Yes, they did.
The hell? The bastards just
They
blew
really-
themselves. The bastards just blew themselves up.
There is a single transmission before the torpedo impacts. For Masaka.
They're opening the portal.
The energy wave as the ship explodes doesn't scatter and dissipate. It instead curls back in on itself and starts to spread.
Helm, get us out of here.
I'm relaying a communicate to the Romulan ships. Oh, never mind. Redcon that.
Yeah, they agree.
So it didn't
So
take
what-
destroying the sun to open the portal?
They couldn't. But they did, in fact, open a portal.
It's probably not as big as they were hoping for, but
Yeah. Captain, I'm detecting the formation of a portal.
There's something coming through.
Would I need a scan to find out what, or...?
You really don't. You really, really don't.
It's that big-ass ship you showed us earlier, isn't it?
No.
it's bigger.
Oh my god.
You see that little ship to the right?
In the top
Oh,
right
front?
corner?
Yes.
That's us, I take?
That's the Eternal Sun. Or it would have been if the Eternal Sun hadn't been destroyed. That
Oh.
big ship? That's twice the size of a Borg cube. Seven kilometers long, 50 cubic kilometers in size.
My... Pharrell just has a flushed face. That monstrosity is enormous.
Steeler sends your transmission. We're leaving. I suggest you do the same. A moment later, you get a transmission from the Litchfield. All ships withdraw.
What of the Lucaran fleet? Have they all been destroyed, or...?
Let's... Sure, we'll check out the book. That's all that's left. Attempt to pull back to meet their new allies. Seattle didn't make it.
No. How's the galaxy look?
Battle scorched, but capable. All right. Yep, the Federation ships are pulling out because you do not have a hope of beating that.
No, not with how big that thing is.
Has an invitation been offered to the Klingons to follow suit? Or are they going to try and defend their territory?
I was gonna say they're Klingons. They probably wouldn't
Yeah.
fall. They probably wouldn't fall back even if they agreed it was a good idea.
Fallback is not an option they would readily go for.
That's really up to you, Captain Bond. It looks like they're planning to pursue you. You might be able to persuade them out of it.
They'll also rejoin the fleet as well.
Bring up the Klingon general on the view screen.
Aye, Captain.
Kogan is... He has a very specific expression. One which only a Klingon or someone who spent a lot of time around Klingons would recognize. It's the expression of someone who knows they're about to die in glorious battle, and there is basically no hope of getting out of it.
Today is a good day to die.
That line is going to come up. You know it is.
What are your plans, General?
Captain, it appears you are correct.
What are your plans?
What other plan can there be for a Klingon player in such a situation? Today is a good day to die.
What is the name of the Vorkang? Because I'm assuming he's on the neg, correct?
That is the Vorkang. That's the prototype.
Okay, he's on the Vorkang.
No, he's on the neg. He's on the Negbar.
All right. If that is your chosen course of action, do you have a message for your children?
Tell them that I fell at the opening of the greatest battle in Klingon, the Klingon Empire's seen in centuries. And that I expect them to finish it.
May I request that the Vorkang accompany us as we withdraw? The word needs to spread to the Klingon Empire, and the Vorkang will speak louder than I may.
Very well, Captain. They will be the herald. And perhaps I will see you in Stobakor. Kapla!
Indeed. Communications. Send the rally point destination to the Vorkang. All crew, prepare to depart system.
Nala stands at her station and salutes the Klingons as we leave.
Bringing phones.
And as you blur into warp, you see behind you that gigantic Crusade warship cruising towards that last stand of Klingons.
Wait, that thing that's twice the size of a Borg cube is a warship?
Yes?
I thought that was like some kind of like battle station.
Nope. It moves. That is a Crusade arc. No, there's the ship which I showed you before. Where is it? This one, which I mentioned was the size of a Dominion Dread. You can actually see those. They're, in a little formation next to it.
Oh, hell.
Yep. On the way back, Nas is quietly grumbling to herself. Why doesn't the Federation ever build anything like that?
But that is the end of Season 2.
Woohoo!
So, you got the good ending. The bad ending would have been failing to stop the star from being blown up. So you had the entire Klingon defense force in this sector would be gone, and you'd have a gigantic Crusade fleet to deal with. As is, you still have a decent chunk of Klingon forces on your side. But, yep. What do you think?
Wow. I think we're all kind of stunned.
It's gonna be the Vault City ship all over again, isn't it?
Yep. So that's actually smaller than the Fortress ship in Into the Breach, because that thing is just ridiculous.
I was gonna
But
say, because that thing in particular is fucking gigantic.
That's
And, like-
that's 130 kilometers long.
That thing is just like unrealistic.
But it is bigger than a Vault City ship by some margin.
Can I assume that ship's name is Masaka?
Nope, that's a flagship.
Well, I was saying the ship's name is it Masaka?
The name of the ship is the Ascendance,
Okay.
and it doesn't have stats. I tried for a while to work out how to stat something that big, and I just gave up. Because when you get to that big,
You're off the charts.
yeah. Like, the stats on Borg cubes are silly enough. Something twice that size. Yeah, no.
Suffice to say, we will not be fighting that thing as is.
So,
We do need. Go ahead.
Okay, right.
We would need the combined fleet of the Federation, the Romulans, the Klingons, and maybe even ally to help us out with that.
Mm-hmm. Well, funny you should say that, actually. There is going to be a brief hiatus while I get everything in order for future events. So I think we will probably be missing next week. Week after, we will be having our interlude episode, so we'll be going back to the Firehawk. In the meantime, the Nightingale will be being repaired, and a number of you will have special missions that you will be completing. In particular, Mars. You'll be taking a trip to the Gorn hegemony.
Oh boy.
Oh, you're gonna bring in the Gorn fleet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, should I fiddle with my attributes a little bit and put some more points in presence?
But yes, I will inform you of what you guys will be doing after the session at some point. In the meantime, we do have milestones to hand out.
Hey, real quick, so I know there was a whole entire thing about the Masaka is waking thing. Is there like a statement we can say where that's come along with these ships that's a good way to put it? Like if Masaka is awake or something?
Yes.
Okay.
That's it exactly. Masaka is awake.
Okay. Because I'm making a new little scene that's going to probably end off our stream tonight right now.
Lovely. But yes. Since this is the end of the season, I'm going to give everyone, regardless of whether they technically earned it or not, a basic milestone. A normal one, that's it. So you to vote for the spotlight.
Honestly, I think the spotlight might want to go to Bjorn.
This was kind of Bjorn's episode. You did get a lot of good stuff done, even if you couldn't roll for shit.
I'll just roll hot next time. That's how my dice luck go.
Right.
Excellent. Alrighty, so that is a spotlight milestone for you. Which I don't remember. Is not quite enough to get you an arc. You'll get an arc on the next one. But as far as reputation goes, let's go down the list. Alright, first up, Pharrell.
Yes.
Let's see. 1, 2. You get 2 dice to roll.
Okay. Yay! Oh, whoa. Does that do what I think it's doing?
That puts you up to 20, which puts you in line for a promotion.
Okay, Pharrell is going to take the commander's exam.
That is, in fact, a thing you will need to do. We can have a chat about that in due course.
Alright.
Bjorn. Alright. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna give you 4 dice to roll this time.
Hmm. Ouch.
Ew. Gross.
Alright, that is 1 reputation you've gained there. Thankfully you're promoted straight from Lieutenant Commander to Commander and thrown a command, so you're finding your feet a little bit. You've got a lot of people scrutinizing your performance, so that makes great sense. Naz.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you... You can get 2 dice.
That is not 2 dice.
Oh, I'll just ignore the 0.
I'll be nice, go ahead and just take the 2.
Okay.
It's not how I usually do things, but hey, it's the end of an episode. End of the season, even. Alright, then thoughts.
What's your reputation at now, Naz?
15, I think.
15, yep.
Would have been 17, but
I'm here.
Got a medal. Alright, then thoughts.
Well, we didn't do much this episode.
Yep, you're getting 1 dice, I think. Can't all be big ones.
Oh, nice.
Still got 3 rep for keeping the Nightingale together and handling nicely.
Is that... I only rolled 1 dice. Why did it say 3? 2 and 1.
Yeah, roll. Take 2 then. Yeah.
Okay.
Just take the first one.
That was weird. Okay.
It's very strange, but
Yeah.
you know, it happens.
What I did was I typed the number in my dice roll box twice just to make sure it's stuck.
I think that's a good idea. All right.
So that's my reputation. Those 2 points.
Goes up by 2 points.
So I'm at 18.
You could well be in line for a promotion as well.
I'm gonna go ahead and switch my rank to commander if that's okay.
Like I said, hold off on that. I will discuss with you on that front. But it would actually make sense for you all to get promotions, given that I'm going to be throwing fleet command duties at you once season 3 hits. So that'll be fun. So yes, that is the end of season 2. Season 3 will be coming soon.
Wait, does that mean
Hopefully.
Bjorn's can technically be a Commodore?
What now?
Does that mean Bjorn's going to technically be a Commodore if we're leading a fleet action?
No, you'll just probably be addressed as like a fleet captain or something.
Well, that's what a Commodore is.
Oh.
Commodore is a captain that's in charge of a fleet.
Well, we will see. We'll see how things line up.
We'll cross that bridge.
Yep, I have to work out exactly how many ships I'm actually going to put on to give you guys to play with. But regardless, hopefully everyone watching, who's actually watching, if anyone, has enjoyed this. As I said, we'll probably be out next week, and then the week after, this time you will have to deal with the aftermath of the invasion. As the Imperial birds Firehawk. You will join us once again then, among the Embers.